Hey guys, this is E10 Sun from Sunbros. Today I'm really excited to be bringing you guys this brand new video, but before we get started with that, I want to make sure I remind you guys on how to get entered in for a chance to win our guaranteed skin giveaways that we do every Sunday night during our 1-hour question and answer live stream. All you gotta do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and comment below with your in-game name and which skin you'd like to receive on either the NA or EU servers under 700 vouchers. And remember, the more videos that you do this with that are uploaded each week, the higher chance you have to win. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump into our hero quick look video for our newest marksman, Wisp. Wisp is a class marksman and role is actually blank. As you guys can see in the bottom left corner, constitution is very, very low. Attack damage is almost maxed out. Ability damage is above average and difficulty is just slightly below average. Wisp's passive is ignite. When Wisp HP falls to 0, she ejects all of her remaining bombs, dealing physical damage and slowing enemies that run into them. If multiple bombs damage the enemy, there is a damage decrease. Wisp's first ability, Loose Cannon. Wisp charges forward and enters barrage mode, firing bombs with her normal attacks for the next 5 seconds. Each bomb deals additional damage to the target and to surrounding enemies. Also increases Wisp's attack speed. Wisp's second ability, Barrel Bomb. Wisp lights the fuse and rolls out a barrel bomb. The bomb deals a bunch of damage to enemies along its path and slows their movement speed. The bomb explodes when it reaches the target destination or runs into an obstacle, dealing additional damage to enemies in the surrounding area and stunning them. Damaging an enemy hero will reduce the skill's cooldown. Wisp's ultimate, Shock and Awe. Wisp bombards target areas 6 times, dealing a bunch of physical damage each time. The damage from bombardment can critically hit and deals 50% additional damage. This ability must be channeled and has a maximum duration of 3 seconds. Moving or using another ability after 0.6 seconds of channeling will interrupt this ability. Alright guys, next we're going to be moving on to Wisp's pros and cons, starting with her pros, which are her strengths, things you're going to focus on if you're playing as her, and things you're going to want to avoid if you're playing against her. Wisp's first pro is that she has an incredible ultimate. Her ultimate, Shock and Awe, drops bombs down every half second for 3 seconds, dealing an incredible amount of physical damage. And the really crazy part is that the range is absolutely insane. I reckon it has to be one of the longest range non-global ults in the game. And because Shock and Awe has the ability to crit, it just makes it even more potent. Even though her ultimate Shock and Awe has to be channeled, the ability to do it from an incredible distance and the fact that the circle on the ultimate is so big makes it an incredibly potent, powerful, and devastating ultimate. Wisp's second pro is that she has great AoE damage. Now that does encapsulate in part her ultimate Shock and Awe, which we just talked about how big of a radius it actually is, how great of a range it can be done from, and additionally the fact that the ultimate can crit, causing incredible damage to all kinds of heroes in a massive area. Additionally, her first ability, Loose Cannon, causes her auto attacks to be bombs and gives them the ability to do AoE damage upon landing to their target. And as if that wasn't enough, her second ability, Barrel Bomb, also does AoE damage. She rolls out a barrel bomb and it does damage to all the enemies it hits along its path, and when it runs into an obstacle or gets to the end of its range, it does explode, dealing AoE damage again and causing a 1-second stun. And even though it's not the best part of her kit, her passive is that when she loses all her HP, she ejects the remaining amount of bombs and people on the other enemy team are able to walk over them, taking more AoE damage. So literally all 3 of her abilities and her passive all have the capability of doing some pretty incredible AoE damage. For a marksman, bar none, she has the best AoE damage in the game. And Wisp's third and final pro is her amazing dash. Not all marksmen have a dash ability. In fact, it's a pretty rare thing. Out of the 10 marksmen that we currently have released in the NA and SA and EU servers, we have at most 3 marksmen with a legitimate dash they can use both offensively and defensively. Not only is she one of the only marksmen with a dash, but it is a pretty sizable dash that does give her the ability to jump over almost any wall in the game. Alright guys, now we're going to be moving on to her cons. These are her weaknesses, things you're going to want to avoid if you're playing as her, and things you're going to want to take advantage of or exploit if you're playing against her. Her first con is that her ultimate in all of its incredible glory, the long range, the incredibly large area of effect that it has, and the ability to crit damage is all well and good, but if you don't position yourself properly while channeling it, you can be knocked out of your ultimate with any sort of hard crowd control abilities. This definitely doesn't diminish the capabilities of the ultimate, but it definitely puts a higher emphasis on positioning while casting that ultimate to make sure that you're able to use it to its fullest potential. Her second second con is that she's susceptible to crowd control. Just like most marksmen, really all marksmen, she doesn't have an ability that removes crowd control effects from her. The ability to get crowd control and burst it down, because she is indeed a squishy marksman, even though she's in a mech, is a real thing. So positioning, as always with marksman, is extremely important on Wisp to ensure that you don't get crowd control, caught out of position, and killed. Alright, and the third and final con on Wisp is that her passive definitely leaves a lot to be desired. Her passive, in my opinion, is easily the weakest part of her game and one of the weaker passives amongst marksmen in the game. All that it does is that when Wisp's health reaches 0, she drops all of her remaining bombs, and if anyone steps on them, they take damage and get slowed by 25% for 1.5 seconds. If they get hit by more than one bomb, each bomb deals 50% less damage, so it's not like they can just trounce upon multiple bombs and take a bunch of damage and potentially die. Each consecutive bomb deals less and less damage, which means that, you know, unless the hero is already very low when they killed you, there's not a good chance that your passive is actually going to be a big difference maker. Additionally, the bombs do drop underneath her, so if she gets killed by a range unit or somebody with good mobility who can simply kill her and get away, it won't make a difference at all. Alright guys, that's it for this hero quick look video on our brand new marksman Wisp. Coming out tomorrow, keep an eye out for the how to build video. I've already been testing builds on her all day long, and I have some phenomenal ideas that I know you guys are going to love. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, till next time.